Greetings, lovings. How y'all doing, lovies? I love y'all so much. Y'all know I'm sitting here thinking about Christ dying on the cross. I was trying to go to sleep, y'all, because I'm so sleepy. But I can't shut my mind off. And the thought that's running through my mind is Christ died for our sins. Now, our sins had to be so terrible. They had to put a heavenly plan together to come make sure that we all don't be destroyed. They didn't want all of the apples destroyed because it's a few apples in the bunch that are bad, which I think is fair. Something loving had to be done. Something had to be done that had never been done before. And when I read John and it says that Jesus walked amongst his own creation and no one, it didn't say some people did, it said no one knew him. They said he didn't utter a word. He didn't have to utter a word because he knew every word in their hearts. Why did he know every word in their hearts? It's because he is word. He is the word. He is the mind of Christ. Of God. He is the speech of God. He's the thinking of God. He's the reflection of God. Now, it always used to bother me when it say it was made and then God blessed it and said that it was good. I always felt like there was somebody creating something and bringing it to the Father, and the Father looking at it and examining it and giving it his stamp of approval. So you have been approved. Another thing got me in that passage was it says that John was sent by God. Meaning, he didn't just pop up by mistake. It wasn't like he just, we didn't mean to have that baby. No. John was in the beginning place. And the beginning place is darkness. When your mind is confused, your mind needs resting, when you're questioning, it's like dark. Whatever you're going through in your thinking, when you can't get your thoughts to make you feel better, you go off to yourself and you begin to question. Now you don't trust anything that you've been told. Now you don't trust your eyes. You don't trust your experiences. Now you know it's something else and you need something else. John was there. The way I look at it, the way I view the words from the experiences that I have, and this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. Because this is how my mind helps me understand scriptures. John was in a desolate place in his thinking. And he was asking the right questions. God was hovering. And he saw John. And when he went to John, it was a dark mind. Meaning there was no light in it. There was no joy in it. There was no understanding, no peace. Whatever word you can conjure up in your spirit that you think represents light, I don't think John had it. So he was in his feelings. He was in his thought. He was in deep meditation, trying to figure some things out. So God came in as he was asking. So by him asking, sitting by himself, him asking, he asked the right questions. And with him feeling the way he feeling, with the way he asking, he created a spark. We're nothing but stars, guys. And twinkle, twinkle, little star. He made a twinkle. He made a star. It was a static in it. It's like, So God came down. When he got there, it was dark, right? He couldn't see, because think about this. None of his attributes was truly there. So John had an idea of light. He had an idea of right. He was just trying to get it. So when God came, he called on, let there be, and light. Let is one entity. There be is one entity. And light is an entity all in its own. When you say them together, they make a divine command. He said, let there be light. Let got up, went and got there, and they went and found light and brought light to John. So when light came, which is the Word, which is the Christ, which is the Messiah, when light came, when light came, God could see what the troubles. He could see the tyrants. He could see the demons. He could see the thoughts. He could see the memories. He could see the planted seeds people done planted in. He could see the weeds and the thorns and the thistles. But he could also see beautiful plants in there, but they were being choked out by the weeds. See, those beautiful plants in John is what made John keep questioning. Just something ain't right. So when light came, light revealed some things. So God, light, and John began to converse. A lot of secret hidden things in John was revealed from the lower plane, because God had to come from the higher plane, because this was his higher thinking. But he wanted to deal with the lower nature. I'm taking my time, y'all, because I'm trying to be careful about what I'm saying. So God comes in, they talk, God discovers all this lowliness. He see what John is going through. So guess what? Light began to uncover some things. Light began to explain some things. Remember, light is the Word. Light brings information to dark places. Light brings light to dark places. And if you read in your scriptures, it said, when light entered the dark place, which is in John's mind, when light entered there, dark, when light entered the dark was like, whoa. It said darkness backed up because it knew not light. It could not comprehend it. It had never seen light. Y'all, this is a mind that never saw light. Think about that. This is a mind that probably never heard a loving word. This is a mind that was totally dark. But that feeling, that burning on the inside saying, that's something that it can't be that way. Y'all, we have been there plenty of times. So when he began to converse, and you keep reading the scriptures, and you keep on reading John, and you find out that John has a conversation with the high archangel, with God, with the presence, whatever you want to call it. Call it in the Hermetics, I think it's called Pymander, which is the mind of God. And Pymander is in the form of a dragon that floats in the clouds. Y'all, when I tell y'all know how those cloud images be over my house. I have one. I have that dragon going over my home because I've been in dark places. I've been wondering things. And in the folk tales, in the English folk tales, it says that this is called the dragon of wisdom. And he's called reason. And he brings the pearl of wisdom in his hand. Y'all, I have this on video. This dragon has like a lion cat looking face, and in the paw it has a big old ball of energy that just shoots up in the air, and he's bringing it to these people. This is what's in my footage. So this solidifies this story that I'm telling you. Remember, if your prophet, your person of God cannot bring evidence with the word that he's speaking, and they can't back it up with experience, the scriptures and experience, they got something else going on. I ain't gonna say they ain't all the way right, but if you really want to see what God's saying, you look for the evidence. When the person say something in their conversation, they should come back and prove the scriptures, prove what they're saying. So I'm proving Pymander. I'm proving the mind of God. I'm proving that we go dark sometimes. We don't know what to do. We don't have any answers. No matter our best just ain't good enough. Sometimes you just don't know what to say, and you don't know what to pray, and you don't know what to feel. So this is how he called on God. So as he's in there talking, they're having a conversation. The light is being turned on. Now, after all this goes down, John gets filled. John gets his joy back. John learns some things. God sits down and actually teach him. Read the secret teachings of John. Read it. Read all the conversation that he had with God. Prove me wrong. Stop listening to me and go find this information for yourself. So he sent John to prepare the way. John was the ultimate witness of what went down. Can you think about a dark mind actually seeing the light come in and turn the light on some things, and you sitting there conversing with glory? He was supposed to come back and tell us exactly what he saw on the other side. That's why when he came back, he looked like a wild man, because he had been living in the wilderness. Some of y'all living in the wilderness now. He ain't nothing but locusts and stuff. Some of y'all ain't worse than locusts in the wilderness. Okay? And it's okay to be in the wilderness. Just come out. Don't stay. Come out. So when he came out, guess what John's conversation was? Nothing but what he saw. Nothing but what he witnessed. Now, ask yourself, why is there no lie in Christ? Why there was no dishonesty in him? Because this is what we were taught. Well, if you go in spirit and if you go with John, if you got a good witness that tell it like it is and don't add to it and don't take away. And let me tell y'all something. When God touch you, you're going to repeat your experience over and over and over and over and over. You remember it just like it just not happened. You're not going to forget any details. So when he came back to talk about what happened in the beginning place, in the dark place, in the shadows, in his mind, in his imagination, and his issues, and his woes, and his worries. When he came back to tell, he could only tell exactly what he saw. Because remember, he's in darkness. He can't talk about nothing else. So this is something new that he done seen. This is a light that he never seen before. He's excited. He's on fire. All he can do is come and prepare the way. God sent him and said, now go back and tell these people what you saw. Prepare them for him because he's coming. Because something has to be done about these people on this earth. So when John came out of the wilderness, yeah, he looked like a wild man. He looked crazy. But God used the foolish things to confound the wise. Meaning, are you so wise that you can't sit here and listen to this wild man? Are you so wise that you think this wild man don't know nothing? Don't be that wise. Don't think you know more than everybody. A drunk man can tell you more about God than anybody. A prostitute can probably tell you more about God than anybody. Okay, so don't think you out there and you know it all. But when John came and John had to spread the message, John couldn't do nothing but tell the truth. So there was no lie in Jesus. There was no, it happened this way. He didn't add his stank to it. He didn't exaggerate the story because he was under a decree. He was under a demand. He was making proclamations. He was on a mission for God. He was filled with God's goodness, God's grace, God, everything. So he knew about Christ. He saw Christ. He knew what Christ did. He saw some things. That's why he told them, oh, that's him. That's him right there. That's who I've been talking about. Oh, I ain't even worthy to tie his shoestrings. I can't even put the scraps on his shoes. Oh, no. He is too holy. Remember, this is darkness. Speaking about light. Usually when darkness comes amongst light, it exists no more. Think about that. I wouldn't want to tie them shoes neither. But he had to tell them about him. He was the one baptizing them. He was the one preparing the way. He was the one sent by God. Y'all got to go read John. And when you read John, scratch out all the pronouns and the adjectives and put who that word is directing itself to, and then go back and read it that way. And that's not adding to the word or taking from the word. It's putting a synonym in the word. You're putting another word that means the same word into that. Speech mean word. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning was speech. It's not voice, because voice could just be speech. In the beginning was speech. In the places where it talks about he, write who he is referring to. If it say it, write who it is referring to. Play with your scriptures and read it. It's going to break y'all heart. It's going to let y'all know that Jesus was our creator. The Christ was our creator. And he went to God and God saw that it was good. Now this is what I get from it. Y'all read it and tell me. Put it in your comments and tell me what you came up when you scratched them words out and you changed them words out. And I want to know how you felt after you read it, because y'all, I was heartbroken. I felt lied to. I felt cheated. And then if you read the word and say, oh, when you discover the truth, you gonna get mad. You gonna get upset and you gonna say something. But then you're gonna get happy. Because after I found out, I began to see Jesus in a different light. I began to see the Christ, the Messiah, the crucifixion, the whole act of them spitting on him and beating him. it turned on me, y'all. It turned inward on me. So it was like this. In the Kabbalah, it says that water and God made it. When he looked into the water, he saw his reflection. His reflection became his child. In order to play with his child, be close to his child, because he's a creator God, he created a mind. He put everything into this mind and he gave it to him as a pet. He gave it to his reflection, which is his son, which is water's son, and gave it a mind as a pet. Well, this pet was supposed to train him, be with him, speak with him. This mind was his father. Now the mind somehow got in trouble because it says that wisdom walked off, created on her own, without her counterparts, which is faith, love, hope, all the other stuff. And we all go out to ourselves and say, I wonder if I do this. I wonder if I do that. But see, that's God. These are God's attributes. God breaks up into pieces. These are God's attributes. So when she did that, she created the serpent-like being. So she hid him. The only person knew he was alive was life. But he began to cause havoc in that other universe. And he thought he was the only one. He was abandoned, y'all. See, I don't feel like everybody feel about everything else. I unlearned myself so I can judge people and things. If I'm going to hate the devil, let me hate him on my own. Don't let me hate the devil because everybody else saying this is a being that I'm supposed to hate. And the reason I just can't find myself to hate him because I feel like God destroys things that he hates. Things that God can't stand, he get rid of. He get it from his sight. But for some reason, he won't destroy him. He won't destroy him. So let me tell y'all, when she did that and he thought he was the only being on earth, he was the one saying, I am the only God. He was the one saying that I am a jealous God. See, he was over there. He's a creator God too. He's a part of the creator. He over there messing with things and creating things and making things. And y'all, in the spirit realm, nothing is dead. That's why I keep saying, watch your mouth, watch your mouth, watch your mouth. Your words are alive. Thoughts have legs. Thoughts have personality and character traits. Words have personality, character traits. Words have legs. So when all of this got out, it's like all of the counterparts wanted to help her make it better. So they had to go over there, talk to them, let him know, no, it's an omnipotent God. You're not the only God. Imagine that. You've been in a realm all by your dang on self. You don't know nothing. Now all of a sudden, your kingdom is not your kingdom. I kind of get the devil's anger. If you go by the books that were written before we existed, okay, this is all I'm doing is going back, putting all the information together, and then taking what resonate in my spirit, my dreams, my visions. All my stuff go back to this. This is what my channel is about. All this stuff that's running through me. It's not me doing it, but I'm explaining it. So they tell him, they go over there, they have this talk like, we got to do something about this. They all decided to make a human being. So the mind was put into the human being. And if I read correctly, and if I've read correctly, and if I'm quoting wrong, because I don't know how to quote things verbatim, I take in what I take in. I read it over and over and get it where I can understand it so I can explain it. But read the Kabbalah, y'all. Read the Kabbalion. Read the three initiates. Go into the secret teachings. Y'all got to go into the deep books. And it seems like they put the mind into the body, but the body couldn't get up and do what it needed to do. So wisdom, I think she was trying to take her essence back from this little being or whatever. So, or she was trying to help us out. So she made him breathe into our nostrils. Y'all, when I read that, I said, so you mean to tell me that that thing breathed into my nose and gave me breath? But when you think about it, that thing is wisdom. Y'all got to go back and read these books because wind is alive. Breath is alive. Oh my God. All these things hang out and know each other and feed off each other and help each other. And nobody supposed to do something without the other. And she did. Wisdom did. So that kind of threw a monkey wrench in the plan. But wisdom is what you're supposed to seek after. Wisdom, I believe that even happened for a reason. I don't think God sat back and just knew that his counterparts acting up and he wasn't aware. I think he'd like to see how you could deal with what he give you. And that go for them too. So this thing breathe in our nostrils, y'all. Read before you cuss me out, before you go off on me. It broke my heart. It made me cry. I said, so I'm the devil's child. So the devil breathed breath in me. But when you think about it, y'all, and this is what screws us up, and this is why we don't get God. All of it is God. All of it. All is mind. Mind is all. All is in the mind of God. All of this is taking place in the mind of God. These are nothing but dramas being played out. But the dramas that are being played out are his thoughts. And guess what? His thoughts are a lie. You are a lie. You're acting out his thoughts. That's the best way I can explain it, y'all. That's the best way I can explain it. So, as this being did this, it came up there, it became a jealous thing, right? So all of them, all of the words, you got knowledge, foreknowledge, you got faith, you got righteousness, you got all the negative words that was created. Do you know every last one of them had something to do with creating us? You have a spirit in each limb of your body. Do you know it's eyes in this hand? You got an eye right here, an eye right here, an eye right here, an eye right here. You got an eye in the center. You got an eye right here. You also have it in your other hands. You also have it in each toe. You have eyes right here. You have an eye right here. Y'all ever heard of the seraphim and the angels and they got all these eyes everywhere? This is you. Oh, God is so, you're everything that God is. You were made in his image. It's hard to grasp, but you were made in his image. Knowledge. The word knowledge gave us hair. This is why they say hair is antennas. This is why they say the hair get the information from the ether. But knowledge truly gave you hair. The word faith gave you ears. Faith is responsible for your hearing. The word kingdom gave you blood. Blood runs through your veins. Blood is like portals. Blood is like escalators. Blood is like elevators. Do you know everything from the heavens, when they need to get down and get messages to you, they travel down? Thy kingdom come. Y'all, this is all happening in the mind of God. Think about dome. Everything is in the dome. Everything about you is in the dome. All of your magic is in the dome. All of your power is in the dome. What is hidden in the dome? Your mind. And what is your mind? Imagination. So all of these words created something, a finger, a toe. Look, we got two different eyebrows, two different eyes. Look like two different people. People say, them a good side, them a bad side. Them a good side, them a bad side. Every word is responsible for you. So where the jealousy came in at is when they told the being to speak. And the being knew everything. The being didn't have to name anything. The being automatically knew. Because guess what? All of them that created us put all of what God is in us. But see, with them, faith is just faith. Faith isn't love. Hope is just hope. Hope isn't trust. Trust is just trust. Trust isn't righteousness. Lust is lust. Lust isn't gluttony. Lust isn't lying. Lying isn't temperance. Lying isn't simplicity. Lying isn't righteousness. You see that? So they are what they are to the fullest. But we are everything that they are in one casing to the fullest. So the jealousy came in and said, you naked. You naked. We had to believe we were naked and receive this skin because now we're limited. We still what we are. You still the one. Oh, don't get me wrong. You still the one. But you got this skin covering which kind of dumbs us down. So because we said we were naked and we listened to the evil one's voice and not our creator's voice, now you have to work from the sweat of your brow. It's hard when you're trying to figure something out. I'm on the verge of it. Now you got to figure your way back to your wholeness and learn how to operate your full self while you are inside this self. See, you can't go back and forth like you used to because now you have gravity. Now you are matter. So you have weight. So in order for you to rise, you have to know that you're invisible. You're going to have to remember that you was who you was before somebody told you was naked and you received this skin. See, God going to please you. He's a pleaser God. He love to make you happy. And if you telling him you don't like the way you look, then he going to change it for you. If you told him you was naked and he asked you, who told you that? Why you saying that? But if you feel this bad, he can't have them negative feelings up there. You ashamed, you hiding. He don't want you hiding from him. So guess what? He gave us skin to cover ourselves. But what happens was we cut ourselves off from him. Because he's invisible and now we're not invisible. So now we can't connect. The connection been cut off. Because we listen to the evil one. But it is a way to connect in your imagination. So now you're going to have to use your attributes. You're going to have to use your words. You're going to have to use your power. You're going to have to use your mind. You're going to have to use the all. Meaning all them, everything that was encompassed in you. And you're going to have to learn to rework yourself without this flesh in order for you to be in spirit and truth and go home. And you don't have to die and be buried in dirt to go home whenever you want to be able to communicate with your loved ones whenever you want to. Belief is a weight. Don't believe nothing. Just go with the flow. Why do you need a belief when you are everything that a belief could possibly be? We have a hard time being because we can't accept that we already just are. It feel like we need to be doing something. It's like, why we just can't be and just leave well enough alone? Why we just can't just be? We try so hard to be something and look for a personality and a identity to the point where we change clothes so much. God, like, no wonder our words are blotted out. No wonder our petitions don't be heard. So God said, you know what? I got to stop this mess. If you want me, it's a rule, it's a process, it's a proper way you're going to come to me. These are my words. The angel of repentance, the angel of righteousness. Faith. Faith is the family of righteousness. Faith has daughters. Her daughters are countenance, simplicity, purity, and on and on and on. You're going to take off this skin that you told me you needed, because this is full of the world teachings. You can't help it. It's stuffed with the world teachings, and ain't no way you can get rid of it. So you're going to have to learn how to detach from double-mindedness. That belongs to this. And doubtful mindedness. This belongs to this. And you're going to have to learn to be what works. Like love, forgiveness, praying in silence, meditating, focusing on how things should be and how you want them to be. See, you're going to have to totally ignore this noise over here. You're going to have to be a singer that know how to sing on your own tune and don't start blending in with the person that's singing right next to you. You're going to have to start learning how to sing to your own tune. And y'all, that was a confirmation of, yes, I just heard something move over here and there's nothing over here. Then I just heard the TV pop. So we on the right track. So we got to stop trying so hard to pick up words that don't fit us. You know you feel bad because you wearing words that don't fit you. Your clothes too big. They too small. And it's not your style. It's not your personality. You got clothes on that your grandma told you to wear. You got clothes on that the church told you to wear. You got clothes on that you seen everybody else wearing. What about how you like to dress? What about how you like to look? Are you afraid to strip yourself of everything that hurt you, everything that irritate you, everything that says you can't be free? Y'all, this channel ain't for everybody, right? This channel is not for everybody. But I had a conversation today with my peoples, and I went down there to try to get my disability again. When I tell you, I done said it a couple times, but fuck it. I don't care no more. At this point, I'm a beggar. At this point, I'm on my knees groveling, saying, please, I don't have no income. Please help me. I don't know what to do. I ain't had an income since October 22. I didn't have an income during the whole pandemic. Somebody keeps giving me my check for 2 months, taking it, giving it back after a year, giving it to me for 3 months, taking it back. I don't understand. I gotta hire another lawyer, pay another lawyer. Now I gotta pay the money back that y'all done paid the lawyer. And I said, God, you supposed to be taking care of me. Where's the program that I'm in? If I'm not a part of Caesar word, then stop making me wear this word called Social Security. Stop making me wear this word called beggar. You said you can't stand a beggar. And I'm sitting up here begging. I said, God, I'm starting to feel like I do towards man. I got to beg man to help me. And I'm sitting up here begging you to help me. I do the right thing. I don't go out and bother people. I treat people with respect. I'm doing my charity work. I make my videos. I stay in my word. I'm so scared to do anything because of this heart transplant. Y'all, I'm very careful of where I go. I feel like a magnifying glass on me. I feel like I've been given a gift that don't got words. It just got tears. So I can die 5 or 6 times. I can wake up. I can survive rejection 6 times. I just came out of rejection this year. I was in rejection 3 times in 2 years. Being told, oh, you may not make it through the week. Oh, you may have a month to live. Being pushed towards death so much. I feel like I'm on borrowed time. So I'm trying to do all the goodness that I can while I have breath. And I'm doing it because this what make me happy. I feel like this what keep me healthy. But why I can't get my finances together? And I'm not asking nobody for nothing. This supposed to be given to me. And they turned my appeal down. These people said I owe them $19,000. Guess what the funny part is, y'all? I ain't never seen $19,000 before. The judgment that I got back, they was only supposed to give me, I think, like $10,000 back. They gave me my judgment for 3 months, turned around, took it back, and said I owe them $19,000. Then they sent me another letter saying, no, you owe us $13,000. It was a miscount. Then they sent me another letter saying, no, you owe us $11,000. So I go down there today to ask, what do I owe y'all when y'all don't even know what I owe y'all? They keep sending my mail to an address I have not lived at in years. Tell me this is not a spirit. And it's trying to break me. It's trying to force me to go off somehow. Now, I'm emotional, yes. Am I stupid? No. Am I jumping ship? No. Because I recognize this energy. No matter what I do to come at it, it keep. So I told the energy to keep it. Because I'm God's child. And if that's the only way God got to bless me, then I'm not serving the right God. I'm not serving the right God. And I don't think you're allowed to torture me. Evidently, that money must be where it is for a reason. And it's beyond my thought or control. But they said, maybe you need to hire another lawyer. I just hired a lawyer. I hired a lawyer before that. I'm not doing it no more. So I was sitting here today and I was in tears because guess who was comforted to me? The words that I don't like. The words that I don't like to wear, but evidently I must have took off my other clothes and I put on them ugly words. And I was in here sulking, feeling sorry for myself, thinking, what can I do? Remember I talked about the seat of forgetfulness and the seat of forgiveness. Y'all, it's like my memory been wiped. clean. About 75% of my life I don't remember. So I don't know what I'm good at. So I try to write a book. I try to use what I got, right? And I guess it's gonna be when it's gonna be. So I said, God, you said that tomorrow is not promised to us. It's not fair to bring yesterday into today. So I'm only supposed to be focused on today. Why can't I make my today be great? Why can't I get a financial blessing today that's going to really make some moves for me, right? I was trying to move to Ohio. The last time I tried to move to Ohio, y'all, my house caught on fire. Like something won't let me leave. So in here, in my feelings, I'm crying and I'm talking to my husband. And I said, I'm watching everybody live their life. I'm watching everybody get up, go out, go into the world. They come back. They have paychecks. They can shop when they want to shop. They can do what they want to do. Me, I gotta ask somebody for every single thing. Can you buy me a Coca-Cola? Why? I got frustrated. So I'm watching everybody. Everybody in my family. Everybody got something going on. My cousins, they got their own business. People in my family working for themselves. And I'm sitting here. I can't even get a job. They don't want me on their job. Would you want me on your job? So I was just sitting here. And my husband said, Tasha, God got a time for you. It's just not this time. Maybe you've done so much for us. God have stripped you so we can be made to take care of you. Because when I tell you all them taking care of me, my children, they like, Mom, you hungry? Mom, you ate? Mom, I'm buying you breakfast. Mom, would you like a dress or something? Mama, would you like to go get some pencils and paper to write with? Mom, you know, they think about me. Mom, I bought you coffee. I bought you sugar and cream. Mom. So I appreciate that. I do, but y'all know ain't nothing like having your own money, your own independence, and being able to move when you want to move. See, my stuff is small and is limited that I let, that they do for me. I don't ask for nothing big. So I sat here and I just said, I don't know what to do. What am I to do when I had the words of God on. I like the words of God on. And I'm about to take the other words off because these bitches getting, they say beggar, they say sorrow, they say pity party, they say, oh, you ain't gonna never have nothing. Oh, you're double-minded. Oh, you done went in the dark for myself. Oh, let me hurry up and change my clothes. So when I changed my clothes, my friend Tim sent me something. And it says that if you want to be first, if you want to be first, then the first